Welcome to welcome to Blues Game Day Live, my friend, Kelly Chase. We're in Colorado. I muffled up my words a little bit.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
It is early because we did travel last night after the game, and back-to-back games. Do you know what the record for the Blues is at the last two seasons on back-to-back?
I think it's 11-2.
Oh, man, you were right.
I can read.
So 11-2. Okay, you're a forward. Being a goalie, I think, is different, and most goalies don't play back-to-back. Now, what's the key to preparing, especially coming into Colorado with this high altitude, and they're a pretty quick team this year, a little different than last year?
Well, I think there's two things that have changed dramatically, and one is the conditioning of the players. The other thing that's changed quite a bit is also the fact that guys have gotten much more rest. You don't see a lot of this stuff where guys are having to play, minutes and then practice 6 days a week. And for me, I think that makes a big difference. They're not going to skate in the morning, and they'll be ready to go tonight. They're conditioned for this.
He is Kelly Chase. I didn't even introduce you or anything. I think people know who you are, though, huh?
Well, that's the point of coming to the site, right?
It's kind of nice being on the street here of Colorado, isn't it? Beautiful day.
Beautiful day. Beautiful people.
I just saw Paul Stastny going for a walk around the block.
Yeah.
Going to segue brilliantly here because he started his career here.
Yep.
Played at Denver. Won a national championship, I think, in like 2004 or 2005, and he's got 599 points. How does it work this way? I mean, I know 600's, it's still a good number.
It's a milestone.
It's a milestone.
Great number, and it's a milestone. And for him to be able to do it here where he started too, I think will be kind of cool. He'll shrug his shoulders and be Paul and blow it off. He's very humble. But that's an achievement, a great achievement. So with it seems like those milestones come around against your former teams a lot, and we've seen some great moments in hockey where that's happened. And hopefully for Paul, it's a special moment when he looks back on it a few years down the road.
Okay, let's go back in memory lane. How many times did Gretz do it?
Oh, it was unbelievable. Like scoring against the Oilers, scoring, break a record against LA. It was like every time he moved, he was. Of course, when you have like 700 records, you're bound to wind up against one of your former teams.
Oh boy, let's go back to last night for a moment before we moved against Colorado, Chaser, and a little bit about Jaden Schwartz again. And he went violently into the boards, and at first I thought he was tripped into the boards by Richard Panik, and then on further review, he had a little stumble with his right leg, but there was no way to defend himself. Everybody was pleasantly surprised. I know you interviewed him between periods to get back in the game, but the start that he's had, boy, oh boy, as good as it's been for him.
Well, there's two things I'd be cautious of. One, I'd be cautious of how he feels today, because lots of times in those train wrecks, you're not sore till the day after or 2 days after. So I think that he'll be pretty achy today. So how he gets out of the gate today will be interesting. Also, the start he's had, he's just elevated his game. He's taken it to the next level. He's proving that he wants to be the leader, that he wants to be the go-to guy, and also that he belongs with the elite players in the league. And so Jaden Schwartz is going to be talked about in those forums now of being the top guy with the Blues, along with Tarasenko, and that's the evolution of it. And lots of times there's players like Jaden that get to that pivotal point in their career where they're going to be a good player, a great player, and I think he's taking the next step.
And his third career hat trick, it was appropriate in a game against the Chicago Blackhawks, a big game, a big setting that he played the way he played. Chaser, where do you see him at this year in terms of the overall league? I'm trying to figure out where the Blues forwards can actually get to this year. 28 goals 2 years ago, a disappointing year for Jaden Schwartz last year, and he would admit that.
Yeah.
Is he a 35-goal guy? Is he a 35-35? Is he a 30-30 guy?
I think he's a 30-30, a 35-35, right in that range.
Okay.
Because, listen, it's a lot harder to score goals. Them lightening up the stick rules has made an impact on some of the players.
Yeah.
He's exposing that with the league right now. He's utilizing that speed that he has and the way the rule changes have come into effect to be a better player, and it's worked in his favor so far. So when I look at it, I look at a kid that, wanted to work this summer to become a better player, did everything that he could to become a better player, but the rules and his attitude have both played into his success so far.
Okay, let's move to the grit and the meat and potatoes of last night's game. And you give out a Hard Hat Award every game on KMOX, and we were talked on the plane last night. I said, boy, that Robert Bortuzzo was a bear last night. Like, he started the game like just a little nudge on Kane or a little nudge on Patrick Sharp. And then I looked down at the afterwards, and they had 28 or 27 blocks.
Right.
the most since 2008.
Right.
I did my math, too.
Right.
It was really amazing. But between Gunnar...
Outstanding stats, guys. Dan O'Neill.
Attaboy, Dan O'Neill. Good job, big boy. But you look at it, Gunnarsson, Edmondson, and Bortuzzo. I mean, they were rocks back there on the blue line.
No, they were fantastic. I gave it to Dunn because I thought...
Oh, and he was great, too, by the way.
His outlet passes or the breakaway passes that he was zipping him. He's starting to play with some confidence. We had him as a guest. And then my honorable mentions were to both Bortuzzo and to Mike Yeo for his 200th win.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, when their defense is playing like that, now the blocked shots thing is a little deceiving because it's 4-0 and they get 5 power plays.
Yes.
And play T-ball for an entire 10 minutes. So
I hated T-ball growing up.
Right. Well, they still blocked the shots. There's no getting around that.
Yeah.
The fact that they, were on the power plays for the entire third period, I think is a correlation of why the guys had to, but they paid the price and they came out with a victory.
And you mentioned Mike Yeo, 200th win. His winning percentage as a member of the Blues, as a head coach since taking over, is like he's won like 72% of the games. It's crazy.
It's been phenomenal. I think there's a great communication factor. I think there's a great game plan, and also the activation with the way the game is played now. The activation of your defense and being active, not just to the red line as outlet plays, but also in the offensive zone is a big deal. And I think that the players they're all starting to buy into that. Carl Gunnarsson, Bortuzzo, guys that were known as defensive defensemen, Edmondson, all of a sudden are, hey, listen, they're getting up on the rush. They're swapping sides and flipping into the zone with the forwards, sometimes off draws. They've got set plays. The motion that the 5-man unit is in the offensive zone has made a big difference in the scoring for these guys.
You got it, big boy. Well, we're looking forward to tonight's game against Colorado Avalanche. They were hot to begin with. They've lost their last 2, but this will be a tough one tonight. So, partner, great stuff. I thought you brought your best today.
Well, you know what? I got up early, got a good workout in, got my Pilates class in.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it Pilates this morning.
Trevor Nickerson must have been at Pilates and not done his hair before he got there. And he has got the muskrat going today.
He sure does. But boy, is he doing a great job here on the corner of something and something right here in downtown Denver.
Maybe he got into the, it's legal here.
Well, it's going to be a good game tonight. That's for sure. So tune in. And for Kelly Chase, I'm Darren Robert Pang. Enjoy your day, everybody.